All right, guys, this is the RV Adventure Specialist here in Fort Myers, and we have Ron Preston from Midwest. He's here to teach us some of the new stuff between the Heritage and the Patriot that's going to be coming out for the 2026s. Come on, tell us about it, Ron.
Tony. Glad to be down here in Fort Myers with you at La Mesa Fort Myers show. We are standing here in front of our new 26 Heritage. Okay, so a lot of great improvements. People starting to get used to our Heritage, one of our newest models. A few key points about the Heritage. We use all our cabinetries from Custom Curve. Okay, so typically all of our Patriot model, right? All that cabinetry is done in-house. This one here is outsourced, but it's from an Amish manufacturer called Custom Curve in Middlebury, Indiana. So great stuff still. Like I said, anything from Midwest is always going to be premium and luxury. Nothing different. But obviously we're going after a different look. Somebody may say more European style, right? A little more minimalistic, but again, minimalistic in the sense of Midwest, right? We never really get truly minimalistic in the fact of lesser, right? Less being, we still have all the high-end appliances on board. We still have the Gree AC. This is a Freedom 1080 package. This is an all-wheel drive. This is a coach with Timberline on it. So let's walk around this coach first before we jump in, even though I know that's where we want to head to when it comes to
Did you change the chassis?
Chassis? No. You know we're a Midwest builder.
Okay, so still the same chassis.
Yeah.
So we're
looking at Mercedes-Benz, right? Nothing too crazy there. So going around this coach, we can see that it is all color-coded. This is a selenite gray, very popular graphite color. We have aluminum wheels here with a polished finish. We have our slider rear ventilation window. Okay, that opens up completely and has a screen in it. We got 110 outlets out here for your camping zone. Walking around the back, we have a 5,000-pound rear hitch that you can use the full 5,000 on. Another thing, Tony, just again, we are sticklers when it comes to our painting, right? So previously, this little light cover for your license plate, that would be a matte black because that comes from Mercedes-Benz. As you can see now, it is painted. Even though it's tough to see on the selenite here, you can see it drastically on our lighter colors.
Nice.
So just again, the attention to detail. Adding another item here. We have the new smart plug for this year. Everybody loves the smart plug. What's the benefit of the smart plug is that it is a little bit easier of a connection. Uh-oh. Come on, Tony.
I know.
It's
camera
modern technology.
Folks. I know. We got the AI going in, and sometimes it works. We're going to learn about it soon. All right, back to the smart plug, guys.
So back to smart plug. Why people like this so much? So you have an easier connection in, and also you have a light on noticing that you are charging.
Nice.
Okay, from an exterior standpoint. So sometimes that's a little difficult to understand. Hey, am I getting power, run inside? You can do that all from this area right here.
Okay.
So excellent. As you know, the little squiggly thing, this is, again, a Freedom package. That's not a generator. That is your diesel furnace and hot water heater from Timberline.
Nice.
Again, that's the same thing on our higher-end product, the Patriot as well. And that is a tankless system. And it has 2 heat exchangers drafted throughout the vehicle, one coming out of the front, one in the rear. So we're not going to have that microwave situation where we got one piece cold, one piece warm in there.
Nice.
The entire coach is going to be nice and warm. Coming this way, again, the macerator pump. Love the macerator pump with power gate valves. It is a Midwest statement that we've always done here. We've even added the macerator now to our cruiser models for the first time this year.
Nice.
So that tells you how much we love the macerator.
The cruiser, that's the passenger one, right?
It is. It's the Learjet, right, on wheels. It's got the rear restroom to it. So you walk in the back, go to the restroom, come back out. You have 10 places to sit in the back.
Okay.
So pretty nice. As you move on, Tony, you probably noticed the cladding or the side skirt being a little different this year.
I do. It's a little molded. I like the design.
Yes. So what we've done this year is we completely redesigned our side skirts and side steps. And reason why is because the Mercedes-Benz chassis is more rounded.
Okay.
Right? So we wanted to complement the body lines as best as possible, and this is fully custom by us, and I think we've accomplished that. If you want a little Easter egg, the Midwest van swoosh right there in that step, Tread.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Yeah, pretty nice little feature there. And that's the same thing on your slider entrance as well, which we'll get to. And then, of course, Tony, something that's also come to be a normalization at Midwest, the cyclone vents for your gray and black tank on the roof.
Yeah,
right?
I had noticed that on some models before.
So what do, right? They act as a siphon in the wind, okay? Getting all of that smell and emissions away from those tanks. Our owners at the rallies were putting them on there after the fact. And that's where we came up with this idea saying, hey, everybody loves these so much, let's do it. Because again, we want to get just to smell amazing inside, and they say that does the best job possible.
Nice.
So coming around here, we got the 4-camera system. Again, that's a Midwest exclusive.
That's so your wife can handle you, though, right? Like when you ate the burgers.
That's right. 100%. It is a closed quarters.
Okay.
And now we can eat anywhere. You know what I mean? It's not certain places we can't eat.
Okay, so it's not that the wife uses the RV for the bathroom and the husband has to use the campground or the
100%.
resort.
Now we can bring couples together.
Perfect.
Right?
Camaraderie.
We're fixing marriage issues. Okay, so no more therapists.
There we go, guys.
We got everything going on here.
Claustrophobia, minimizing.
Correct. Of course, we use fully loaded chassis here. This is a German spec chassis. So this is built in Germany. We are a foreign trade zone. We have a front LED headlamp with auto high beams, kind of a neat feature. Fog lamps, and of course our front spoiler. Now, our front spoiler looks similar to the previous generation, but that is actually all new as well. A few small tweaks to make it, again, complement the body a little bit better. Okay. Coming over here, the front grille, of course, always Midwest, paints the front grille. Again, kind of tough to see in the selenite color. And your lighter colors, that is a drastic difference. Being that, for instance, a lot of the competition, if you point over there, Tony, does not paint the front grille at all.
No, you can see that.
Okay, I think we're ready to go inside, right? That's where Midwest is known for.
Did you change the height of the roof? I mean, I remember your height doesn't really like you.
No, so 6'2", I am 6'5", guys. I'm on the taller side, but, you know, in our owner group, we have plenty of other tall guys in there, right? So don't be alarmed if you are a taller individual, a bigger individual. Van life accepts all shapes and sizes. As we're making our way into the coach, again, we got that Van Swish tread going on here. We also have some new LED lights that are massively bright at night. So great step to get back in there. And that continue on. And
oh my God, that is so tight
as well.
It must have been right.
Yeah.
To add as such a delight.
Come on, Tony.
Did the others not like?
Okay, Dr. Seuss. Okay, so this is our MD44 plan. This is the Diablo stitch. So these are hexagon. Again, that is done in-house at Midwest.
Why is it called Diablo?
Diablo. Okay, so I like using models of cars, right, for inspiration. If you look at any Lamborghini, hexagons are incorporated everywhere in there. Now, there wasn't a actual Diablo stitch design in the Lamborghini Diablo, but it is my favorite Lamborghini. So, you know, it's just one of those things. I think most people would agree with me. The Diablo is.
So when they look at the book, it says Diablo.
It says Diablo.
TM Ron Preston.
Kind of. MD4 here, mid-bath, driver's side, 4 captain's chairs, right? That's how it stands. The MD2, mid-bath, driver's side, 2 captain's chairs.
Nice. Take the kids, the grandkids.
Got it.
Trip.
So if judging, Tony, I'm going to sit down here so you guys can see me a little better. Well, Mesa's marketing right now, with the help of us, is help expand into the SUV market.
Nice.
Right? And because we're noticing a bigger and bigger trend of people going from a Suburban, Yukon XL, Escalade, and they're looking for something, you know, even a little bigger than that. Something that can carry the family, still be that same adventure dad, right? Going to AAU basketball, football, baseball, and know that you're going to spend a lot of time in parking lots. You're going to spend a lot of time tailgating. And that's what this vehicle is. It's a multi-purpose vehicle. You know, you got 7 people in here sitting very comfortably. You got 2 televisions. You have air conditioning. You have a restroom. How nice would that be on a family trip? And also a lot of ways to cook in here, and a refrigerator. So these are all things I think any family would appreciate that is trying to be that super dad, right? I know I got a Yukon XL myself, taking kids on the road trips. I would 100% of my dealer allow me rather take this right here.
Well, what about, like, you got the TVs on, you have the kids and everything.
Sure.
What about when it comes to, like, being able to hear the TV? You know, you look at some of these other brands and you can hear every pin drop from the outside.
Yeah, Tony, great. So two items there, right? That you hit. Thank you very much for bringing that up. So we have a full audio system in here. The only Class B manufacturer to have a full audio system. What do I mean by that? We have an Alpine amplifier subwoofer, and then we have Alpine speakers or JL speakers, depending on what we're looking for, okay, out of our sound unit. But this is a full surround sound. So people that are used from that experience, again, come from an Escalade, where you're used to a little bit higher end audio experience. You're going to find that in here. And then the second item to speak on that is your installation. You know, yesterday at the show, a customer interested in this vehicle was like, well, how quiet is it? Because right now we have the doors open to show. It's kind of noisy. You close this up, you are really in your own environment, right? It's not what you want on the highway, you know, going 80 mile an hour head to Disney, right? Or a national park, going to Glacier. That's all items that are very important to a end consumer. And us in Midwest, we understand that. Again, we come from the automotive world. So our level of satisfaction when it comes to noises, that kind of thing, right, is not the same as the rest of the RV industry.
So what you're trying to say is, in any other RV,
yes,
you can get no satisfaction.
yes.
Oh, you like that one, right? Right.
Okay. Yeah,
Can't get no.
No, I saw him in concert not so long ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
How was it?
It's awesome.
Was it?
Those guys are older, right? But man, can they still rock.
I saw recently, they're not as old.
Yes.
But Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Okay, cool.
Remember them?
Yes, cool.
They made a joke. So they're like, oh, the year that we started, Nirvana came out with their first album and hit #1. So you got to imagine.
Yeah, think about that. Yeah.
How long we've been together.
Tony, can I ask you a question?
What's that?
When you went to that concert, would this be a nice place to hang out in the parking lot?
Yeah, in that heat. You know it.
Yes.
I did a Rockville in Orlando.
Yep.
5 days.
Wow.
In blistering heat. Like, you're sweating.
Yes.
They're like, you can only bring these many water bottles because they want you to drink there. Man, every one of my pockets had a water bottle. I had a little cardboard seat, like one of those hard cardboard seats so you could kind of help with your back. Yeah. I had that rolled around and like water bottles stuffed in.
There you go.
It's like, you
cool.
You ain't gonna make me keep buying bottles of water.
AC, refrigerator, some of these menus would be very nice for your tailgating experience.
It would have been, you know, it's amazing.
So, Tony, come on in here now, okay? Or a little bit. Let's talk about the front driver's cabin.
Is that like a height joke? Just a little bit?
Yeah. And so me and Tony are opposites here. I'm too tall, and he's on the shorter side. Okay, up here, we have massage seating, okay? We have that additional Firefly touchscreen. That's a Midwest item there. 4-camera in the front corner, adaptive cruise control, blind spot assist, collision avoidance, power front seats and heat. We also have our rear view mirror now that is a camera to the back, so plenty of cameras, really helping the driver experience up here.
Is the camera standard? It's something I always recommend on my customers.
Yeah. No. So the rear view mirror is standard. The 4-camera is optional. Okay. The Firefly is standard. The massage seating is optional. But we have priced them at a point where almost all of our Midwest have those items.
Is that like, do you get to choose like options for the massage, Swedish, deep tissue?
Kind of, right? I mean, we got ourselves here nearly 8 buttons up top and another 4 at the bottom. So you can definitely customize it to your liking.
So my shoulder's a little messed up. Where's the deep tissue?
We'll get there in a second. Okay.
All right.
Let's. It's not all about Tony.
Listen, our Adventure Specialist works very hard filming all these.
You do.
These gimbals are very heavy.
You do. Well, okay, so Firefly touchscreen here, right? We have our Victron Puck battery monitor. This is a Freedom system, so we do have a 1080 Freedom system on this coach. You guys may have heard our new Patriot one has a 1620, largest in the industry, but 1080 is no slouch.
So what's the difference in hours per you say with that AC running?
Yeah, so on the 1080 system, we're going to get conservatively about 10 hours. On that 1620, we're going to be closer to that 1618 mark. So that's awesome, especially when we got an air conditioner that is highly powered. Okay, so everybody knows about the Gree AC, 15,000 watts, extremely quiet, very energy efficient.
What's extremely quiet? Everybody's building up. I understand you can barely hear it right now.
Exactly,
but,
Tony.
But what's extremely quiet? Like,
yeah.
I hear 10 decibels, 12 decibels.
Well, instead of looking at decibels, right, let's talk about previous generations, right? So the Dometic system that we've had before, I would say from my hearing experience, about half to maybe less than half of the sound quality. It's similar to our 12-volt Premier system, but again, this is a high-powered 110 unit, right? So the fact that it can produce a sound level similar to a 12-volt at a 110 level, I think that's excellent, in my opinion.
From when I remember your AC when it was first coming.
Yeah.
You had one of the loudest ones.
Yeah.
I think. Well, tell me if it's true.
Yeah, go.
Do you think it's because of the quality of your insulation that kept so much noise inside?
There might be something to that, honestly, because you got to think, Dometic 13.5 was something that was an industry standard, that air conditioner. It's actually, at the time, was the highest end air conditioner. This wasn't a cheap air conditioner. Mm-hmm. It was just that it was noisy. It did a great job cooling. And what I see here is that it's quiet and does a great job cooling. So we have the best of both worlds here.
I had seen you had the Premier for a while.
We did.
Which is like the parent company of the Gree, but like, why'd you switch from the standard?
Yeah, so a 12-volt system, right? So you're hearing a lot about 12-volt, 48-volt, okay? So let's put it in terms of electric cars for people to understand. So your Porsche, your very high-end electric sports cars run at an 800...
Who's Porsche?
Somebody's.
Okay.
Okay, an electric car, right? Infrastructure is running at 800 volts, okay? Your, let's say, cheaper, okay, electric cars run at 400 volts. Why do they do that? So you can send more power to the motors.
Okay.
Okay? 12 volt versus 110, it's quite a difference in voltage. That means that your compressor is going to consume more energy, right?
Okay.
And do you want your compressor to consume more energy? Kind of, if you want to cool down.
But doesn't the compressor, when you have more power, normally create more sounds? What makes the difference between this one being quieter if the compressor is where most of the noise comes from?
Again, I think it's engineering on their part, right? So I wouldn't understand. It wouldn't be insulation
Ron,
value.
you are supposed to know everything about this coach.
Okay,
everything.
Tony. All right. So let's go back here.
Who put that one bolt underneath in there? Tell us. What was his name?
Okay. There's a few guys. All right, inside here, a nice deep stainless steel sink. Right here, we got our microwave plate. It's a good place to put it, I guess, if you want to hear rattles going down the road.
Yeah, take some spins.
Yep. We have, obviously, a wand faucet right here. And what's really cool about our Heritage for 2026 is that it is a rounded face here. This is not a flat face, and you can really see it when you open up a drawer here. So as you can see the curvature of this faceplate.
Yeah, we can see it.
Very neat, very cool. Dovetail, of course, from Midwest.
What does that do for the cabinetry?
What do you mean?
Does it change any of the spacing, durability?
No, like I said, this is the same company.
Just
like
aesthetics?
I said, it's more curvature. I mean, curved cabinets have been a very popular item for many years.
Yeah, so you don't bleed when you hit it.
Yeah.
At my height, that happens. At yours, you're okay.
Yeah, but even when we open these up, right, you can see that the color matching coordination here is always on par. Fit and finish-wise, everything is felt wrapped on the inside. This is still very much a Midwest coach.
So that's very helpful for like noise and a little bit for things sliding back and forth.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. So, and again, we have some new lighting. So we call our halo lighting, which is indirect. We also have new overhead lighting as well, which also has a little halo on it. They're beautiful. They're bright. So that is an upgrade over the old pucks. But again, the old pucks are in an industry standard. Okay, coming this way to the back, I do have something kind of exciting. A new foam pack for our rear bed, so it is a lot softer back here. Okay, that was one of the criticisms from our owners previously, was that they held up extremely well, right? But the foam pack is a little too dense. So I think we found a good in between for durability and comfort. And as you can tell here, it is a significant comfort vehicle.
Hey, I remember I complained for my customers.
You did, Tony, and Ron listened.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He's like, Tony, why aren't you selling more? I'm like, Ron, I'm selling as many as possible.
Well, you've done a great job, Tony, because we're right now the #1 diesel RV builder in the state of Florida. So you must have done something.
Imagine when you actually introduce The upgraded cushions.
Oh, I can't wait. It should be great. So overhead storage up here. This is a full pass-through. So great storage up there.
Nice. Let's put this gimbal all in there. Let's see what it sees.
It'll be tough to see. It is pretty black in there right now.
Oh, yeah. But they can get an idea of how much I'm turning it around in there.
Yeah.
Very spacious, guys.
Very spacious. And then we have a full pass-through underneath here. Again, that is a Midwest item that is...
Ron. Let's get in there, guys.
Lagoon table.
That's an experience, guys. That is an experience.
That's an experience. Lagoon table here. And if you notice, while you got your gimbal pointed down, this new blonde floor as well really complements the colors inside here.
Feels a little more open, I'd say, than some of the previous. I guess the light helps.
What we've noticed in the band community is the more you use lighter colors, the more it does feel open. Again, that's a reflection of light on colors, right, to surfaces. And we just seem to knock it out of the park when it comes to that.
Nice.
I really enjoy that.
What are those horns above your head?
The horns. Oh, our folding hangers.
Yeah, there we go. Hangers. Nice.
Hangers.
I heard there's like some makeshift systems you can do to make them like electronic holders.
Haven't seen those.
Oh,
I
guess you don't know everything.
RV Adventurous will sell them to you guys, though.
If only.
After he finds them, what he's talking about.
Right.
Tony, you want to open up that wardrobe right there?
Kind of don't, but I will.
You know what? I will, since you are holding that gimbal. Right, so a nice wardrobe closet with a rod. So excellent.
How big is that rod?
Enough for definitely two people to go on a week-long journey and have some hung clothes in there.
So without having to beat it against rocks in a river, right?
That's correct.
Okay, cool.
Yep, so we have our 24-inch LG television there. We have a 32-inch overhead of the driver passenger, smart TV, Samsung. So